It's your boy DMR back with it. I'm just here to have an open conversation. This video is untitled, so um I don't have a specific topic. I'm just open conversation. But in one of my conversations, I would like to just talk about the stuff that's going on, and I'm gonna speak about the dating. I'm gonna speak about various topics, but I had made a video earlier, but something happened to the video. But I want to speak about dating and marriage in the United States versus dating and marriage abroad, because I think that it's very important that we speak about that. Um, is is dating and marriage in the United States over with? And why aren't people getting married today? Well, for one, people's not getting married today is because a lot of people realize it's kind of a waste of time. Some people, they don't get married because they see in the long run it doesn't benefit you. Now, am I married? No, I was married 20 years ago, but I'm not married now. But I want to speak about the dating too. But I'm not going to too much speak about marriage because I wasn't married in the United States. So I know people that have been married, and I spoke about their experiences. But I can speak about the dating aspect and what like what is leading to people not dating no more. It's so bad out here now that uh women are not even approachable no more. And I'm not saying every woman. It's a certain group of women that I'm privy to that they seem like they don't feel like being bothered no more. They only want to be bothered until they need something. They need protection. They need you to move a couch from the third floor to the first floor. They need you to get their nails done. They need you to do something. Although a person don't mind doing something, but every time it's always want, me, me. It's not we, it's want. It's me, me, right? So my answer to my question is dating over inside the matrix. Yes, people are just beginning to be on this, get what I can get, and then keep it moving. And I hate to say that's what it looked like, but that seems like that's the main thing nowadays. To just get what you want and keep it moving. Because that way ain't no strings attached, right? So much to say today, a lot of people don't even want to have children. And it's a certain percentage of men that don't have children. I don't have children. So it's not my fault, but some of it is reason why I don't want any. I can have some at this age because, as you know, men can have children up till they 90 years old or probably 100. But with the female, that's not the case. So I'm not trying to say anything that's wrong with an older female, but wanting children at a certain age, like someone my age, right? I'm not going to spill the beans about my age. Y'all know how old I am, but I wouldn't want nobody my age, and there's a reason for that. And I'm even talking about marriage. The dating, you can get away with it, go out, have your fun. You know what I'm saying? Have somebody that you go out with, and you probably go bowling or something like that. But overall, to to just have people just to just to just to be a part in like all that, and y'all trying to grow together. A woman your age, if you in your 40s or your 50s, that's not a good thing. Try to find somebody at least in their 30s, and you're gonna be hard pressed in the matrix because a lot of people some people think dating somebody your age is necessary. It's necessary. It has its benefits, but it would be better. Like say if you 48, right, and in the matrix in the United States, you find someone that's younger than you, like 35 or 34, right? People in America, they frown on that, right? Check this out. But it's okay for them to have a child by the lady. Why? Because she can get something from it, which is child support. Or she can get some kind of monetary gain from the situation. So when you're talking about marriage to a younger woman, it's a problem. But notice, it ain't a problem having a child by a young woman because they can get something, even in marriage. But over here, they frown upon it. Now, when you go overseas, because I've been overseas many a times, I've been in various countries, so I can talk about this because I understand the culture of certain countries. I understand the culture of Morocco. I understand the cultures of certain Latin countries. I'm not gonna say where because y'all gonna try to say, oh well, how many times you've been and all this. I understand the culture. So in other cultures, you can have a man 54 years old. He can have a wife 31. Is there a problem with that? No, in my eyes. And the eyes of people in Latin America or the, as they say, the Middle Eastern countries, they don't have an issue with it. I've seen a guy that was, from my eyes seeing it, I'm like, wow. Like, I'm not asking why is he with her, but not to be biased, but I'm just saying, well, damn. It's because that man brings something to the table. What do he bring to the table? He brings security. He brings support. He brings various things of need that a female needs, not what she wants. It's a difference between needs and wants. A need is something that you must have to sustain yourself. A want is something that you can have it, but you don't have to have it for your survival or to maintain your daily needs, right? And I think that's the difference between the West and the East, as they say, right? Whereas the women are trying to find men that provide certain things that they appreciate. And I must say, and a lot of Western women don't appreciate it until if you have some money. And that's true overseas, but overseas, they don't look at it in a luxury material sense. Now, some countries, they may take the money, they may go buy Jordans and all that and this, but they still take care of their kids. They still cater to their man. What do I mean cater? Being submissive. Yes, submissiveness. And I don't mean being a slave barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. I don't mean that. Okay, so I want to clarify submissiveness. Now, in the sense of the Western terminology of submissive, what some of our beautiful ladies say, I'm not trying to be no slave. You know what I'm saying? So being a slave is you taking care of your man, taking care of his needs that he may have, whether they be sexually, whether they be emotional. But it's a problem. But it's okay for that man to spend his money and just give you his check and you run rampant with the man's money. Okay? Let's keep everything balanced here. So again, I know I might not have many of people giving me a thumbs up on this topic, but it should be spoken about because the reason why a lot of men are going overseas, and again, you may say passport bros, okay, you have some passport bros that may go over there for other reasons than marriage and culture. They may go over there for other things, as we know. But I'm not the one to judge a man's money, and I'm not judging a man what to do with his private parts. Neither I'm trying to judge a female neither. You know what I'm saying? So I don't judge either one. But something's making people go outside their norm and get with other cultures because they're not getting what they're getting in their home country. And you have a lot of other people, Asians in particular, particularly the Asians in retrospect, never in the past, means retrospect in the past. They never went outside their culture because the Asians are very much nationalists. And you have other countries, I think all countries are like this. But you see more Asian women with white men in the Matrix. Okay? And it's a reason for that because they're getting tired of dealing with their men for reasons I don't know. But I see it every day in the gym. I see it going to the supermarket. I see it. Then you have some men that are Asian men. They are going down to Colombia. They're going to Latin America trying to find mates. Then you have people that look like me with melanated skin from the United States that's doing the same thing. So it's a reason for everything, right? It's a reason why people do what they do. A person ain't going to just do what they do just to be doing what they do. It has to be a reason behind it. So what's the reason why men are going outside their norm to find other women in different cultures? The reason why that is because they're not getting the steak and eggs at home. So they have to go outside to feel appreciated. To feel appreciated. This is what's happening. And then, mind this, you have a mad influx of migrants coming into the matrix. So when you have a influx of migrants coming in, you start to see a lot of people coming in, whether they be from South America, whether they be from Asia, whether they be from Africa, wherever. And you have people coming, so you're going to intertwine with your cultures eventually. And that's when you're going to see people with different groups of people. And yes, it may be man and woman, woman and man coming from different countries, getting with different people of different cultures, which I find is a beautiful thing. I don't have anything against it. Some of y'all might say, well, DMR, you're pushing interracial marriages. Yes, I'm pushing interracial marriages. And I know some of y'all from these strict countries that just say y'all stick with your own people. You might feel that, your grandparents may feel that, but your children don't feel that way. Because you can't relate to your children. You can't relate to their culture today. My culture, my era, I'm a Generation Xer. So if I'm a Generation Xer, I've seen stuff, right? And before me, long before me, like for example, if you had a person that went to school, if a person was born in 1920 and growing up, when they went to school, they didn't go to school with other cultures. They went to school with their people, just like American Africans. Before integration, African Americans went to school with African Americans. They had poor conditions, but they still went to school until they integrated and they got with the dominant society. So now I'm from the generation that I went to school with European Americans. So I can't relate to having an all black school. I can't relate to that. So I can't speak about how it was before integration to go to an all black school. I know Susie, which is a European American woman, Michelle, and all of these children that when all of us went to school, we all sit in the same classroom. We sat in the same cafeteria. Although we stuck with our own people, but it still had been integrated, so you can't you can't not be around each other. You're going to be around each other. It's just going to happen. So my thing is the dating thing is changing. So will the marriage thing change. Now, a lot of people may say, DMR, you're overstepping your bounds. I might be. But you can't stop what God already set in effect. Because as you see it now, it's a lot of people coming over from South America. They're going on these jobs, beginning to intermingle with people that look like me. They're intermingling with European Americans. They're experiencing relationships with people from the Caribbean. So what I'm saying is a lot of this stuff is beginning to show. So you can't no longer hold on to your biasness and your racist beliefs that you have that our people should just speak to our people. Now, when you have you and your daughter or your sons and you're talking to your children about race relations and you're trying to make your culture to the point where your children only should do what you say, eventually the kids not going to follow script. They're going to go off script. And that's what's happening. The kids are getting bored of hearing you constantly talk about the negativity of other people. And they're going to eventually see for themselves. And they see that a lot of stuff that their parents were saying was kind of garbage. So they start to realize that they have to make a decision for themselves, as we all. And you can't judge people for doing that. You know what I'm saying? As I said in my other video that had faded out by some reason, is that you will see cultures that you would never thought got together. And one culture is the Indian culture, where their culture is very tight-knit. In a certain aspect of the Latino culture, which they don't deal with nobody but their own. And there's some strengths to that. There's some pros to that, but there's some cons to that. So I'm going to deal with the pros and the cons of you trying to keep everything within your race. Now, the pros to that is that you build a strong economy. That's important. And I understand that. The pros as far as you sticking with your own people and keeping the dollar within the community. When you're dealing with aspects of socialization and being open in a country that's mixed, that's been a mixed country for years, which is the United States, you can't bring that isolation attitude to America. It might work with your household, but it's not going to work outside your household. You can keep that racist and biased stuff in your house. And if your children ain't strong enough to understand that my dad and mom and my grandparents lived their lives, I'm going to live mine, then that child will become weak to what you're telling them and start following the stuff that you believe when you lived your life already. Let these kids live their lives, man. And that's something I tell all these ethnicities that's coming here. And I want y'all to hear this very clearly. We understand this. But I want all the foreigners to understand this if you're watching this. And I want to make this very clear. You lived your life. Okay? Some of you are 50, some of you are 60, 70, 80, 90 years old. You can't be 90 years old and tell a young adult how it's supposed to be because the time has passed that you was that young man or young lady's age. So you need to keep that racist behavior you have and that biasness, you need to keep that to yourself. Because it's going to fade out and you're going to look stupid at the end of the day. I'm just being real with y'all. Okay? You have some of these young men and young females still latch on to their behaviors that their grandpops taught them or their fathers, and they go out here and they do something stupid, and then they get sent to jail for 50 years, and then their lives is finished because they believe what you was telling them. So to all these foreign cultures coming here, soften your heart, open up the gate a little bit. You don't got to open up the door, but you better open up that door and understanding your grandkids don't think like you. They may think like you in food, the culture of food, the culture of family structure, but at the end of the day, this thing is becoming to be multicultural. As like the United Nations. Multicultural, right? So you have to understand this, and I'm saying this for a reason because I had this on my mind for a minute, and I started thinking about it. Other countries, they are nationalists, okay? And so it's pros and cons to being a nationalist, yes. But there's pros and there's cons to that. Now, going back to what I was saying, the pros and the cons of you having only being isolated to your people, okay? Now, the pros is economics. Okay, keeping the structure of your culture in a foreign land. That's understandable and respected. I respect that. The con to that is this. When you segregate and isolate yourself from other people, you're cutting yourself off from knowledge. You can learn from a person like me, which is a blue collar worker. Now, you might say, I don't have any money. I don't have no money, but I got common sense, which a lot of people don't have. Okay? I got a roof over my head. You know, I can get back and forth to work in my whip. And my car is whip in the United States. That's what we call it on the street, a whip, a car. So, when you cut yourself off, you only saying this for this culture, and your children begin to see the importance of it, but they also see the I can say hypocritical side where you only deal with certain groups of people to get something, but when you get what you want, you want to go back to your own culture and talk about them people, and them same people fought laws to install for you to get here. So you go back home and you talk bad about somebody that look like me or somebody that's from European American that have paved the way for you to be here. So stop that hypocritical stuff in your household, telling your grandchildren and your kids that it ain't good to be around other people, because them same people may help your family out of a rut one day. That's why I say keep an open mind. Don't cut yourself off because you don't want to slash the line that you may have to grab onto, right? So you want to keep it free so you can be free to move around on the rope and free yourself, right? It's a concept that we got in martial arts. It's called free flow, right? So you let an attack come to you, and those that take forms of karate, you understand some karate forms is hard, right? It's rigid, right? In jiu-jitsu, they teach, and I'm not saying Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I'm talking about stand-up defensive jiu-jitsu. They teach you to move with the mover and be like water. Bruce Lee said that. You be like water. Because when you be like water, I can upset an attack that's come. I can see the attack coming. If I'm too rigid, that's going to take all my energy. I'm putting energy into something that's going to expand so much energy, so when the other attack come, I can't defend it because I done put everything into that one attack. But if I'm fluent like water, I can't be defeated right then because I'm too fluent. I'm moving. And plus, I'm going to move with the mover and attack with the attacker. You know, it's the other saying that we got in boxing, jab with the jabber. You throw a jab, I parry, I jab back. You throw a jab, I dodge my head, I jab back. I got low power on my phone. But yo, anyway, I just wanted to make that comparison to let y'all understand to be like water. And that means other cultures, y'all foreign cultures that's biased and racist, this is for you. Be like water. Accept things, but know when to deflect, when it's time to deflect. You know what I'm saying? So again, y'all, I'm not going to be long. I've been on here for about 25 minutes. I know I don't have anybody chiming in. I want to thank y'all. I got a certain amount of subscribers that I finally became live. So I want to thank y'all very much for that, allowing me to go live, from y'all subscribing, from your views. I appreciate it again. It's your boy DMR 2812. Check my channel out. I'm DMR 2812 YouTube. Check me out. I got videos on me working out. I talk about working out. I talk about boxing. I talk about open discussion, traveling. I talk about life issues, social issues, stuff that's going on. So again, y'all support your boy DMR. I'm out. Peace.